it's so yellow. I feel like our lighting, it's a very white light, but for some reason it's very yellow.
Probably because we're in a dark room. Maybe that's why. Hey, Bill. Hey, Holly. Christy.
Everybody doing well?
Hey, Carrie. Okay. Huge. Yeah, looks a little better. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know, it still looks yellow to me. We have a very bright daylight light, but for some reason it looks yellow to me. I guess it's just the computer.
You look fine on this end.
Yeah, don't look yellow?
No.
All right. Oh, Holly's here. We can start now. Hey, Holly. Just kicking back in bed, huh?
I am. Lucky my jammies aren't on. I was going to do jammies, but
That's all right. I got jammies on the bottom, so I'm good.
that's awesome.
All right. I thought it'd be good now that we're a few weeks into this to just share if wins or what you feel like you've accomplished or anything like that on your channel or just as far as videos or YouTube or in general. Does anybody just go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us? I know, Christy, you kind of made some changes last week. Do you have anything you can share with us? Wins or just something you're excited about?
I don't know any wins yet. I did film a new welcome video just because the name has changed now. And it's the same like channel that I was gonna make, but I think the name suits it so much better. So thank you, Lisa, for that idea because
Did you go with that?
yeah, so it suits what I want to do so much better. So yeah, so hopefully I'm just trying to prepare myself for 2 years of work with no benefit. So that's a
it
little
doesn't have
bit.
to be that long. Hopefully it's not that long. Tonight we're going to talk about some things that hopefully will accelerate things. But it is slow, I have to tell you, starting a new channel. So I guess our win is I did a video that I posted on Sunday. And so the first video we did 3 weeks ago has a little over 100 views. And then I did one the next week, it has like 35 views. And then I did one on Sunday and it's like 225 views. So we have one that's starting to go a little bit more, but still only 6 subscribers. So it's like, it's
probably the 6 people sitting in this room.
it's kind of, Bill, you ought to try it just to humble yourself, see what it's like.
Bill. It's just, it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard to start a new channel.
Been there, done that. I
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything they can share with us?
Well, when I first started my channel, I did it one video a week for a year, and I had 256 subscribers after a year. At the end of the second year, I had like 5,000 or something like that. So, yeah, I know slow. Believe me, I do.
Yeah.
This past Saturday, we had our channel meetup, which we now do twice a year. I know that's way beyond most of you guys are at, but just to give you some idea for the future. When I first started doing these, I wasn't real happy with them. I mean, I didn't want to do them. Being the introvert that I am, I'm much happier behind the camera than meeting new people. But it was really good. It was really fun. And the main thing is just to see the excitement of all the people there to meet us and to meet each other. And it just really builds camaraderie and, what's the word? I get old, my brain doesn't always work. Um,
I hear you. I know.
anyway, it was just really a good time. And we have some games. We do 20 questions, trivia questions about our channel. We ask questions about videos that we did last month and videos that we did 5 years ago, that kind of thing.
That's
And
awesome.
then we always give away prizes. Guess what? Thrive pantry cans of strawberries. And yeah, it was just really good. So now we're doing two a year. We do one in the summer and one in the middle of the winter sometime.
That's awesome.
So, like I said, I know that's way in the future for you guys, but that's something that you can look forward to. It's a lot of fun.
But one thing that I found is even with, not a ton of subscribers, a few hundred subscribers, you're going to have people that they really relate to you, and it means a lot. Your channel, what you do means a lot. And you'll have plenty of haters too, people that criticize you. We had somebody criticize us last week on a video for Lisa said, this van turned out beautiful. And they corrected us. You should have said it turned out beautifully. So you're gonna have people who always want to just
haters.
haters,
We
but
looked him up. He has no views.
he's posted like
He's not
three videos in 5 years, and he has like 7 subscribers. So yeah, you got to
It's
take it
always
with a
the
grain of
trolls
salt. You got to
that
take
are
it with a grain of
correcting
salt.
you,
But
so.
you will make a difference to people, whether even in the early stages. So I think that's something that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many people that told us how much they appreciated our channel and how they, in a world that's overwhelmed with stress and especially with the election and all that kind of stuff, they would come to our channel for peace, and they really enjoyed that.
That's awesome.
So, and when we first changed our name to Live Simple, Live Free, we got that all the time. It should be Live Simply. But that just doesn't somehow, and I know that. And
Yeah.
it was hard for me to say that at first, but somehow it rolls off the tongue a lot easier than Live
Yep.
Simply, Live
Yeah.
Freely.
Yep. Yep. Well, good. Anybody else? Amber, what we're just asking if anybody has anything they're excited about or a win or anything like that related to this whole YouTube thing. You have anything?
I wasn't prepared to share anything, but I just am so grateful you guys are doing this class. It's almost like it came about right at the right time for me because I've been thinking about it for a while. And then when you guys decided to do it, I'm like, okay, it's time.
All right.
So a win for me would be just jumping in and doing it. And I'm trying to post at least a video a week or maybe 2 videos a week just to get some content on my channel because there's just not very much on there. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly.
I just want to say to Amber's, I told you guys I don't watch YouTube, but I did get on Amber's and watched her pumpkin seeds because I wanted to learn how to do that. And then I did my own pumpkin seeds, Amber. And then I watched
awesome.
her pumpkin puree, and now I have a whole bunch of pumpkin in my freezer. So I just
You're
want to
cute.
say it was so valuable, and she was so awesome.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it. And then Chrissy,
Thanks.
I saw that you changed yours up right before this. I was like, oh, I want to go listen to your video. So it's just really amazing what you guys are doing with this and very inspiring. So awesome.
Yep, great. So Amber said something about you're trying to build up I can't remember exact words, your content, your library, right? So that's one thing Lisa and I were talking about yesterday. It's like, it's kind of frustrating to have, we don't have a ton of views, but on the new channel with 3 videos, we have, maybe 400 views, and we still only have 6 subscribers. And I was saying, why would you subscribe to a channel that had no other videos to watch? It's not like you need to like, oh, I need to bookmark this so I can come back and watch all their other videos. There aren't any. So, that's
what I'm thinking
too. Like Christy, I was saying, to accelerate things is to build up your library as fast as you can. Get some content there so people can binge it on it, because that's something that YouTube wants people to come to YouTube and stay on YouTube and never leave. Whether it's your videos or somebody else's videos, they want them to stay there. So the more they can binge your channel, the better it's going to help you grow your channel. And I'm sure Bill and Jared and Rob, you've had people say, "Oh, I've watched all your videos. I've seen, people say that all the time, right? Who just sit there and binge on your videos. And but if you don't have a library of videos to binge on, then that's not really going to help you. So one thing I'm going to talk about tonight is trying to build up that library as quickly as possible. But another thing you can do in your videos is tell them about some videos that you're going to make, coming up soon. I'll be, maybe it's related to the video you're doing, or maybe it's something that's a little bit different, but like I did one where I bought a solar generator for the house as a backup generator. And I did one video where I installed a transfer switch so that I can attach it to my house. And then I said, make sure you, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be doing a full review on this solar generator, in an upcoming video. And so you can kind of tease upcoming videos to try to get them to subscribe, because if you don't have a library, then that's kind of all you've got, is what you might post in the future.
But I like Amber's thing, like she had pumpkin seeds and then pumpkin puree. I mean, it is pumpkin month over there. So like I am tuning in to see all the pumpkin recipes she's got going on. So that's how it happens.
Yeah. I think it's good to have, consider the timing of what you're posting and your content. So for example, I'm thinking of doing, I took a gluten-free cooking class, and I thought that I would throw this recipe of the gluten-free flour that you put together, but I also might barely highlight the Thrive flour too, and how that's really awesome. But then, like you just said, you gave me an idea that I could say, and I'm going to make some rolls with this flour, so stay tuned for the next video that I'm going to make rolls with this gluten-free flour.
Yeah.
So,
And then here's
I
the thing.
think I'll do that.
Yeah. And then once you do that next video, you can go back to the video where you mentioned it, and in the description, you can put a link to that video. So it may not even be uploaded now, but in a week or two, you can go back to the description and add the link, and then they can click on that and go to it. So they can also just search.
I want to do it before Thanksgiving, because you think people might be looking for recipes to make gluten-free rolls for Thanksgiving dinner. Anyways, it's just something I thought about.
Yep. And I found the nice thing about this time of year is you can do those things for Thanksgiving, but a lot of people make very similar things for Christmas. So it really lives for about the next 6 weeks. Those types of videos, rolls and dishes that you might have for the holidays. We did one a few years ago, the cranberry salsa with the Thrive cranberries. And, that's been a really popular video back years ago when our channel was just about cooking with Thrive. So that's probably one we'll redo.
And also we love to show how to spatchcock a turkey. So if you've never seen it before, I think we're going to have to throw that one up on the channel this year, because that has been a favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to, as you said, put a link in the description for the next video, go back and do it later. You can also do what's called a card. Have you ever done any cards? There's one screen where, as you're uploading, where you can do an end screen and you can do a card and different things. A card is when you put the link right in the video, right up here. And some people, and so you can even say right in the video, if you want to find out more about this, you can click here or in the description below. And if they click there, I always said I didn't want to do that because I don't want them leaving my video. But if they click there, it opens it in a new window. So they're not going to lose their place.
Yeah.
And I see some people, some YouTubers say, if you want to find out more, click, it's here somewhere.
Yeah, like this. Yeah,
always,
that's a really good point, though.
It's always over your left shoulder. So it's always in this corner. So if you're going to do that, always point over your left shoulder.
Okay. That's a good tip, left shoulder, because I never know which one. But that's a really good point. The cards can really be good to get them to watch another video, because that's something that helps you. So speaking of that's related to the algorithm, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight, is the algorithm. And YouTube says, when you hear the word algorithm, think audience. All YouTube is trying to do is serve up videos that the audience wants to see. And that when we think about, a lot of times in social media, for most of us, we think about algorithm as a negative thing. Like if I think about the Facebook algorithm, I hated that because it would like never show my stuff to anybody unless I paid to boost it and all this kind of stuff. The wonderful thing about YouTube is they want people to watch your videos. They're going to try to get people to watch your videos. And if they watch videos, they're going to show more people and they're going to serve it up to more people. If nobody watches it, they're going to stop. Okay. Because they have valuable space. If you think about it on your home screen, it kind of looks like this Zoom screen where I think there's like 4 videos across. It probably depends on the size of your screen. And there's a bunch of videos and the thumbnails and the titles, and they're showing that on the home screen, and that's valuable space, right? So if they put your thumbnail up as one of those on somebody's home page and nobody clicks on it, or they click on it, start to watch the video and immediately click away, YouTube's going to stop showing it to people. And that's just business, right? They're giving you that valuable space, and if it's not serving their purpose, they're going to stop showing it. But if it does help YouTube, if it does get people to watch YouTube, stay on YouTube, binge YouTube, they're going to keep showing it to more and more people. So I was listening to a podcast this past week, and something I'd never heard or thought about before. But if you think about an established channel like Bill or like Jara and Rob, what happens when they post a video is YouTube first starts showing it to their subscribers. Those are the first people they serve it up to. You'll hear that sometimes. They'll serve it up on the home screen, or sometimes if the person has notifications set, they'll even get a notification. Oh, Live Simple, Live Free just uploaded a video. And so depending on how your normal viewers, your subscribers react to that video, if the click-through rate and the watch time are pretty good, they'll start showing it to more people outside of your subscriber base. And so if you can look in your analytics once you kind of get some videos, and it'll kind of show you where the views are coming from. So many of them are your subscribers, and so many were from the I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it'll say like suggested videos or something like that. And there's different categories. And I know for me, Bill and Rob and Jared, I don't know if you know offhand, but for me, typically, I get about 20% of my views in the first week or so are from subscribers. And everybody else people aren't subscribed to my channel. And I don't know if your numbers are similar to that, but that's kind of a rough estimate. But that's how it works for established channels. They first show it to your subscribers, and then if it does pretty well, then they start showing it to more people. With a new channel, it's a little bit different, and I never knew this, but and this was an interview with a YouTube guru and an employee of YouTube, a podcast. And the YouTube employee said that what they do with new channels is they take what YouTube determines that video is about, and they start pushing it out to people that they think will like that video. So it's actually can be kind of an advantage to newer channels if you hit on a hot topic that they're going to push it out to a lot of people and try to get people to watch it. They're going to put it on the home screen. They're going to put it at the end after you finish a video and some suggestive videos pop up. They're going to put it in those places and see how it does. And then similar to an established channel, if people click on the thumbnail and start to watch, and if the watch time's pretty good, they're going to show it to more and more people. So the question is then, how as a new channel, how do we tap into that and have the algorithm work for us? And so here's what this person suggested that you do. Let me just so this is what they suggested you do to kind of get that algorithm working for you. And this goes back to kind of what Amber mentioned earlier about trying to build up her library of videos, is they said, you need to get some videos on your channel, but they need to be well-researched topics that are hot topics. And we've talked about that a couple of times, a couple of different weeks. How can you find some hot topics to talk about that are related to your channel? One of them is to go to other channels that are similar to yours. Look for outlier videos, which would be a video that has a lot more views than most of their other videos. Maybe they have 5,000 subscribers, but they have a video that has 50,000 or 100,000 views. That would be an outlier video. So that probably is a pretty hot topic. So what he said to do is find about 10 hot topics. So research it out, find 10 hot topics, and then really plan those videos out, and then get 10 hot topic videos up on your channel as quickly as you can. Maybe it takes a few weeks, a couple of months. The faster you can do it, the better. But if you can get about 10 really well researched topics, then the algorithm is going to start working for you, because YouTube knows, hey, other people have been interested in this topic. Here's another video on this topic, and we're going to give it a shot and see how this does. Now, some things that you can try to do to maybe compete against the big guys is, if they have a video that's 20 minutes long, maybe try to do one that's 12 or 15 minutes long. Because I know for me, as I scroll through videos, if I see two videos on the same topic, I'm usually going to click on the shorter one first. And that's how a lot of people are. So you might try to just do it a little bit more concisely. You might try to have a better thumbnail, a better topic. But those hot topics are where it's at. You really want to find some things. I know that it's really easy to say, and when you're more established, and the YouTube guy said this, when you're established, you can do just about anything. But when you're brand new, you've got to have topics that people are looking for. Okay. And, like Bill or Jared and Rob have this big subscriber base, and they put up a video, a very good percentage of those people are going to watch it no matter what it's about. But for the rest of us who have, single digits in subscriber base, we're trying to get YouTube to suggest that to people and get other people to watch it. So the topic is going to be the most important thing. So what I want to, Holly, here's some homework. You're going to love this. And by the way, so we're not going to do a call next Wednesday because it's Thanksgiving Eve, and we'll be preparing to eat a lot of food. But so over the next couple of weeks, what I want everybody to do is really research out at least 10 topics. Like, not just like, oh, I think I want to talk about this, and I think I want to talk about that. That's all fine. But we need to get some well-researched, high interest videos on our channel. Okay, then once we do that and we upload those over, it's 10 videos is a lot. It may take you 10 weeks. It may take you, maybe you do 2 a week and it takes you 5 or 6 weeks. But then once you've done that, you're gonna start to see a couple, 2 or 3 of these videos rise to the top. And maybe 1 or 2 of them has 1,000 or 2,000 views, where the others have a few hundred views. And then what you want to do is double down on those topics. It's very easy to, like Amber was saying, she did one on, I can't remember, something related to pumpkins, and now she's going to do something else related to pumpkins, right? Just like I did one on the solar generator, on installing it, and then I did a review on it. And then I'm going to do one on how maybe 30 days later, how it's been working for me. So you can double down on hot topics. And then I think if you do that, what this YouTube employee says is that's really going to help you start to build up your views and in turn your subscribers. And having that foundation, a little bit of a library of videos of maybe 10 or so is going to start to get people to say, oh, I want to subscribe to this channel because there's a couple of other videos I want to come back to and make sure I watch. Does that make sense? Who can accept the challenge to research? You don't have to do 10 videos in between now and the next time, but to research out and really find 10 powerful hot topics. Who's in? All right, I like it. Jenny's not showing her
So
video.
you're talking about,
Jenny's
but we're wanting these. Oh, sorry. We're
okay,
wanting
go
these
ahead.
hot topics to be that relate to our channel though.
So here's the thing.
What you're saying?
I believe so, but I think you can be a little bit broad because you don't have right now, people don't really know, or YouTube doesn't really know what your channel is known for, right? You're not really very defined. You do want to niche down, but this might help you to niche down. So like I've talked about before, I've done a couple of videos at times that were really off of what I normally do on my channel, and the views were really low. And YouTube actually says, people aren't watching this one like your others. So
Like
people
this.
don't have much interest in this video. So once you're more established, like I'd say it's in kind of a, you get to what I would say I'm more like a micro creator. I have about just coming up, I'm almost to 20,000 subscribers. For me, I have a very tight niche. And if I get outside of that, I don't get many views. But then you reach a point where you're a bigger influencer creator, like Bill or Jared and Rob, and then I think you have the opportunity to branch out again. But I think right now you take, of course, it's going to be all related to what you're going to be talking about, what your channel's about. You don't want to say, oh, I'm going to do, one on World of Warcraft, how to play that, and then another one on how to make pumpkin puree. But it could be like we're doing food and energy and communications, all aspects of preparedness and healthy living. Healthy, being prepared, but doing it with healthy food is kind of what ours is about. But I'm trying other things that like related under that umbrella of preparedness. And so I think in these early stages, there's nothing wrong with trying some different things and seeing what gets the interest and the views. And maybe that helps you define your channel more in a couple of months. Once you have some analytics under your belt, you'll be able to look at that and say, you know what, people really liked this thing. Maybe I should talk about World of Warcraft. Amber. I know nothing about gaming. So. I don't
I
even
was
know.
going to say, I don't even know what that is. My
Oh.
14-year-old might know, though. He's standing
Yes,
here.
oh, he does.
Can I just,
In fact, he'll watch my videos and he'll be like, Mom, you should do this, you should do that. So I should get his help.
Listen to the young ones. They know everything about YouTube.
Annie, were you raising your hand?
I was. Can I just share one thing that I noticed? You just identified, or it was an identified item, let's say, or whatever, in your, like if you're sharing food, of course, you want to identify some items. And I remember this one video that Kathy and I did on our old channel, and it was chia seeds. And I could not believe how many people were interested in chia seeds. And it was just by chance. Amber, you're wondering, how to go about it. And I think it's particular items that people like, food trends that people like. And that became popular. Even some food guru actually subscribed. And I thought that's ridiculous because our Thrive Life Sisters was not, we didn't get really big. It was mostly for customers and consultants to help them out. But it was interesting how that really was a featured item that people liked. And I had no idea until you just mentioned that's why it happened, because it was a popular food item.
Right.
So,
and it's super healthy for you. So it's on trend, and so that's good.
I remember a few years ago when we were trying to start our first channel, and Instant Pots were really hot. And so I did like an Instant Pot bone broth. And then it's like that did really well. So, okay, what else can I do with an Instant Pot? And started doing a whole series of Instant Pot recipes. So yeah, that's the kind of thing. You find something that people are interested and write it, it can really help you take off. Holly.
Yes, and that's exciting. Jenny said she's in for your homework. She's driving, so yay,
All
Jenny. Oh, I think she just bounced off. Oh, there she is. Good, that's awesome. I missed how you said how we research those 10 hot topics. Like, is there a certain way?
So-
How do we do that?
So there's a couple of things. One, that vidIQ that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, that's one you can do. And there's I believe either a free version or a 7-day trial or something where you could get in there and you can get limited results. It'll give you hot ideas and things like that. But really the simplest way is to find some channels that do the same kind of thing that you do, that are pretty popular, and look for videos on there. Go through their videos, maybe that they've done in the last 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and look for videos that have way more views than their average video, and especially a lot more views than they have subscribers. So if they have 5,000 subscribers and they have 100,000 views on a video, that's a really hot topic. And maybe it's the way they did it, the way they talked about it, who knows? But for some reason, YouTube started showing that to a lot of people outside of their subscriber base. Okay. And so we call them outliers. Look for outlier videos about that people have done who have a similar type of channel to what you do. And you can find things that way. Anybody else have any thought? That's how I've done it. It's not the only way. Anybody else have any
There's
thoughts or ideas?
there's also a place in the YouTube Creator Studio where you can do the same thing. I can't tell you exactly where it is because I don't use it very often. I've only looked at it a couple times, but it is there where you can research other topics and you can see what other people are doing.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Well, you guys excited for the sale that starts tomorrow?
We got to go get a email out.
Yeah.
I'm sending out a text in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting.
I scheduled all mine, so I didn't have to worry about it.
That's
too.
awesome.
Good.
That's
Scheduled.
the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Well, I'm scheduling mine tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sending it out tomorrow because I'm not sending it to consultants. I'm sending it out on Friday morning to customers.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Well, awesome. Well, that was what I wanted to hit on tonight, and hopefully, I think everybody on here has accepted the challenge. I don't know if Heather Parker did, but hopefully Heather did. She's no video here, but Heather, we're counting on you. And yeah, I think that will help everybody if you can really spend some time researching topics, and then that's going to give you topics for videos for the next couple of months. So you're not scraping for things to do every week. And you know that, they're going to be good, solid topics, and 2 or 3 of those might hit and do really well for you. It's all it takes is 1 or 2 videos that take off can really get your channel off to a great start.
I'm
Also,
here.
if
I
you-
was eating dinner. Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
It's all
If you
good.
if you research them and you have a list of what you're going to do, that makes it easier when you get to the end of the video to say, and next week I'm going to whatever. If you come down to the point where you do one every Friday and Wednesday afternoon you don't know what you're doing yet for Friday, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really hard that way. You end up skipping a week, and then that's not good either. You run dry of ideas. So it really, I think if you'll do this, it'll really help you in a lot of different ways
Well, I mean, even if you can on Wednesday, if you can come up with an idea for Friday, you can do that, but you can't put a plug in for your video next week if you don't know what you're doing next week.
Yep. And I think for us newbies, that's a really powerful thing to be able to plug your next videos. Yep.
All right.
So I have a question for you guys. This is the right group to ask this, I'm sure. So Jenny and I were on a walk the other day, and I said, I'm kind of considering changing the name of my channel again. And, I know Christy just changed the name of her channel, which I thought was a smart move. So instead of Country Living with Amber, I was thinking of Farm to Table with Amber. That's kind of a niche phrase. Farm to table, where you raise your own food and then you cook with it and all that fun stuff. But country living's more broad because you can maybe throw more things into it. I don't know. What do you think?
Go with farm to table, super
like it.
trendy.
You like that?
It's go with farm to table. That is a super trendy. You see it everywhere.
It is.
And it's super on
Yeah,
trend.
and
So I think that would work.
well, and we're farmers market people, and at the end of every market, they have this big mill called farm to table mill. So what should I do, farm to table with Amber or just farm to table or what?
I like with Amber. I think either one of them works. You might find that farm to table is taken, but farm to table with Amber probably won't be.
That's true. It gives you a little bit more individualistic branding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or Amber's Farm to Table or something.
Yeah. And I think people will remember the channel more if your name's in it. If they're like, they might not remember farm to, oh, that girl, Amber. Yeah, Amber. She's the pumpkin.
The pumpkin queen.
Girl. That's right.
Okay.
The World of Warcraft.
So
and
it's
pumpkin spice.
So every video I do, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I need to change that. It's so bad. Like I don't even want to tell you to go to my next one, but I'm going to. It's I sealed the cans with a brake bleeder. So if you're interested in sealing jars with a brake bleeder, you can go watch that.
That's awesome.
I don't know. It's just
I
bad.
don't even know what
It's
you're
not very
talking
good.
about, so I need to go on and educate myself.
Yeah, it's a brake bleeder. It's kind of
So-
different, but
So I figured out how to unmute. This is Jenny, and
yay!
I have to say that that's been the hardest thing for me is the pain of posting imperfect stuff. It's killing me. I hate it so bad.
But guess what?
I-
Everybody's imperfect on YouTube. Everybody's doing
Yeah.
imperfect YouTube creators. They're all imperfect. So we're one big
Yeah.
happy family.
Well, and I do appreciate all the encouragement for that in the group because I know it has to be done. It just has to be done. And I am learning a ton, but every time I put one up, I look at it later and I'm like, oh, I should have done this. Oh, that's so bad or whatever. But I'm glad that you keep encouraging us to keep going. So,
Yep.
Jenny, there's two things there. One is that I've heard quite a few people who have large channels, if they talk about their first videos, every single one of them says the same thing. My first few videos were cringe-worthy.
yeah.
That's just the way it is. And the other way to think about it is you don't have many subscribers yet, so you don't have many views yet. So,
Yeah, I have comforted myself with that.
I
so
think
the only way to learn is to do.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun to see all the mistakes and get to know somebody's personality.
Yeah.
So that can be a draw to your channel too.
That's right.
On the band channel, Jeff does all our outtakes and our bloopers. And yeah, I'm sure people are just like, oh my goodness, she is edited so much. But anyway, it's part of the gig, guys.
Yeah.
It's part of the gig.
But like we talked about it 2 or 3 weeks ago, just try to get a little bit better with every video. Just try to improve one thing. You know, if you do that every video and just make a little teeny bit of improvement, you will be amazed in a year how much better your videos are. You know, they won't be perfect. You still won't be completely happy with them, but you'll be so much better than you are now. And hopefully by that time, a lot of people are watching them and you won't have to worry about those early ones that only have 100 views.
You know, just think about it, guys. When we did our in-home tastings, we didn't get to edit what we said and did. So this is one step better, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's what I have to think.
All right. Any other questions, comments before we leave? Yeah, Christy.
I was just wondering, do you guys write like full scripts and basically memorize it, or do you kind of do an outline and then go with that?
We just do the recipe. But
Yeah,
we
that outline.
but we all, yeah.
I will tell you that the first part, usually my intro and my outro, I do pretty much script out. Like I always in the beginning, in this video, I'm going to talk about this, and this. And it might take me a few takes. I'll look at my phone and then I'll say it and then oh darn, and then I'll say it again. I might do that a few times till I get it through. And then at the end of the video, I do the same thing. You know, if I try to like get them to watch another video. I'll say, now, if you enjoyed this video, you might be interested in this video that I did, and you can click the link. Oh, left shoulder, you can click the link. So I try to do. I don't always do it, but I try to do that. So the beginning, the end, I will kind of script out, but then the middle is just bullet points, and I just talk. And I do a lot of editing. I say a lot, make a lot of mistakes, and say a lot of things wrong. And when you misspeak, people point out in the comments that you said something wrong.
But you didn't edit my beautiful to beautifully, you know?
You're looking to do that.
Hey,
But,
where do you
yeah,
find that little recipe again? You guys posted that recipe, and
yeah, it's on the Facebook.
I can't find it.
group. It's a post in the Facebook group. What I should do is upload it to the file so you can click on that. But it's just a Google Doc, and it's just an outline that you can download and kind of fill in. And I do it every time, and it helps me stay on point for my videos. So hopefully I don't forget anything. Bill, did I see you waving your hand?
Yeah, I got a couple things, if you don't mind. Amber, you were talking about changing your name to Farm to Table or whatever, and wondering if you should include your name in it or not. I think that it's a good thing to include your name in it, because it gets people to know you better, and it identifies your channels, specifically you. And with that, you put out a video about Trader Joe's gluten-free section. I just saw that. I don't know how long ago you did that, but I just saw that.
I just posted it yesterday, I think, or this morning,
Okay, can I
and
give
it's
you
bad.
I was just going to say, can I give you a short critique on it?
Oh, you're probably going to say the same thing my husband said and my son said, so go ahead.
Okay. One of the main things that
Slow
you
down
want
my
to...
filming.
What?
Slow down my filming.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
One of the main things that you want to do is to get people to know you, like you, and trust you. If they know, like, and trust you, then whatever you put out there, they're going to buy. Part of them getting to know, like, and trust you is they need to see you more. You didn't show yourself at all until the very end, just one short little 30-second clip of your face. The rest of it was just your hands.
I was kind of embarrassed that I was filming in a store, so I was a tad bit embarrassed, but yeah.
Okay, but that's not what I was getting at. I understand that. Getting used to filming in public is difficult. But I think just showing your hands when you're in the store, I think was okay. But here's my point. The very first important thing to get people to watch is your thumbnail. Once they see their thumbnail and they click on it, the next important thing is a hook right at the beginning to make them interested. Okay? You got to get them past the first 30 seconds. And you got to do something to intrigue or something in the first 30 seconds to make them continue to watch. The first 30 or 45 seconds of your video was just you driving down the road. There was some text up there said where you were going, but it didn't elicit anything in me to make me want to continue to watch. So if you had started at the beginning with your face talking at the camera and saying, I am going to Trader Joe's to check out their gluten-free, and I have to drive an hour and a half or whatever it is to get there, just explain what you're doing. And then you can, show the road driving if you want, but do something at the beginning to make them want to watch more. I
love that. I love that. Let me give you the backstory on that video. I was actually filming for something different. I was filming because I was going down to St. George to feed the band. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this fun little thing. Halfway there, I knew we had to stop at Trader Joe's. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll do a fun little gluten-free thing at Trader Joe's. I was so unprepared. Oh. No script, nothing. That was a last minute thing. And I'm like, okay, well, because I don't make it down there very often. So I'm like, I'm just going to do this fun little thing. But no, the tips are wonderful. I totally agree with you on that one.
Okay, here's what you could have done. Instead of just showing the driving on the road, when you get to Trader Joe's, you stand out front of Trader Joe's and do a selfie with Trader Joe's in the background so they can see where you're at. And you can say something about, I love Trader Joe's, I love their gluten-free section, I don't get here very often, so, that sort of thing. Something just to grab them and make them want to continue to watch. Because just driving down the road, it doesn't
I
doesn't
think those are
hook them.
really, really good suggestions. And one thing I think as a new creator, you guys are all creators. I don't know if you know this or not. You're all creators. One thing as a new creator, we forget that we don't have to video everything in sequence. So, like
Right.
Bill was saying, you could have, after the fact, even at home that night, you could have done a quick little 30-second intro. And I'm not saying, Amber, you obviously you're brand new, and it's awesome that you even thought, hey, I'm going to video this. That's what Bill does, right? Bill's always thinking, I could video this, I could video this. That's an awesome mindset to have. But just remember that you can always go back, even if you're sitting down editing, you could sit there and do a little clip intro that you then put into the video through editing. So I know sometimes we just get in this mindset that, oh, everything happens chronologically and linearly. And if we don't do it, darn, I forgot to do it. But you can always go back and add things later. Even if it's just video of the Trader Joe's store and you doing a voiceover. When you edit your video, you can do a voiceover and just.
Oh, I did do a little voiceover, which
Yeah.
didn't sound great, but Bill, thanks for watching that and critiquing it. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me, actually.
Many of you have posted videos, and I'd like to watch them all, but I don't have time, just to sit down and watch them every time as soon as it pops up. But I do hope to look at more. I have a trailer, a utility trailer. It's an open utility trailer that I use when I go back and forth between Virginia and Florida to take my motorcycle and my e-bikes. Well, I want to get them out of the weather and away from prying eyes that might steal those bikes. So today I bought a covered trailer, utility trailer, that I can haul that stuff in. I was at the dealer hooking it up after I bought it, and I thought, oh man, this is a video. Why didn't I think of this? I didn't have my camera with me, so I picked up my phone and I just said, okay, I'm at Max Cargo Trailers, and they sell mostly mobile homes, but they also sell some of these utility trailers. I just bought this, that sort of thing. Now, when I get home, talk about doing it out of order. I haven't even done this yet, but I'm going to show my old trailer and say, this is my trailer. This isn't working. I got to get something different. And to do the intro for the middle of the video that I've already videoed. So you just have to kind of put a storyline together, and you don't have to shoot them in chronological order. You just have to make sure you post them in chronological order when you edit.
Good tips, pro tips right there. Bill bringing the heat. All right, guys.
I have another question.
All right.
We have our next meeting coming up next Tuesday evening with How to Thrive Online. Since Jara and Rob are co-hosts, we usually talk about what we're going to do. But I have two ideas, and I was going to ask them, but I wanted to ask you guys too. Two different ideas of topics. One would be I can identify three different ways, three different styles to do a video about Thrive Life. And each one has pros and cons. And so I was thinking about talking about the three different styles of how you can do a Thrive video. The other topic would be, whether you know it or not, and you might not really realize it yet because you haven't gotten started, you will get some nasty comments and some trolls and some just vicious stuff. So my other topic would be, how do you deal with negative comments and trolls? Do you think either one of those would be helpful, or do you have a preference of one over the other? Any thoughts?
I like the styles. I didn't know there was different styles of doing a video, but I like that. I think that would be interesting.
Okay.
What
Well,
are the benefits of
Go ahead.
Would it be beneficial? Okay, this shows you how little I know about YouTube. Can you turn off the comments, and would that be beneficial, or do you want to have people commenting on what you're doing just to create interaction?
Yes, you can turn off the comments, but unless it's a really controversial topic, I would not do that, because one of the things that the algorithm looks at is the engagement. They want to see people leaving likes. They want to see people watching the view duration, how long they watch. and they want to see comments. And if they don't see any comments, then it won't do as good on the algorithm.
Yeah.
And also what I've discovered is if I turn off comments, people will go to other videos to comment on it.
Yeah.
It bleeds over.
And then when they comment, you responding back helps also, that engagement, that back and forth. So
Right.
yeah, like Bill says, unless it's just really, really bad, I just leave them. But Bill, I like the first one about different styles of ways to talk about Thrive.
Okay.
I think I like that. I think that as far as
That's interesting.
the comments one, most of us don't have enough like videos or comments to worry about that yet. So I like the other one.
Right. Okay. I can
Anybody
tell
else?
you real fast. One is a dedicated Thrive video where that's all you do. Another one is an ad stuck in the middle of a video, like you guys do. And then the third one is kind of the same, but it's more organic, like, oh, we're having dinner, in the middle of a trip. I do this in an RV video, travel video. In the middle of it, I show, oh, we're cooking tonight and this is what we're making. And it's a Thrive thing, a little 3-minute section in the middle of a longer video. Each one of them has pros and cons, and I can go over all of those.
Awesome.
And some of them are easier to use when you have a small channel than others. So, okay, that'll be our topic, I guess, for
Christy.
Tuesday night.
At some point, it would be awesome to do the trolls thing because that is something I'm very nervous about with doing a channel is like how to deal with people's like meanness. So I know that will happen and I just want to be prepared for it to happen.
Okay. Well, I was planning on doing both of them eventually. I didn't know which one to do first. So I'll do the how to do the Thrive videos first, and then 2 weeks later I'll do the trolls.
I'd kind of like to know how to put those little video cards up in the corner.
Okay. That might be a separate short little video that I can just record and put up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Thanks.
do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think we're almost an hour, not quite. I don't know. These will go as long as they need to go. And I think this has been really good. We've had a good conversation. Any final thoughts or comments before we wrap it up? All righty then. You
Have
guys
a happy Thanksgiving.
and a
to all
great
of you.
Black Friday sale.
Yes.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
We're all going to rank up this month, right?
That's
Woo.
right.
Thank you.
Or re-rank.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.